Hello, welcome to Nina's Knots Crochet. I'm Lynanne. If you're new here, hey, thanks for stopping by, checking out my channel. It's all about crochet, a little bit about knitting, a lot about yarn, and my journey in this fantastic yarning community. Returning subscribers, thanks so much for coming back and spending a little bit of your Friday with me for Granny Squares Abound. Guys, I have 11 boxes and 11 bags of Granny Squares to open today. We're coming down to the last of it. This will be the last of the double duck dares. After today, there's no double duck dare counting. Apologize, you guys. Laura had a strict deadline and it was Monday. So this all came in on Saturday and Monday. So this is the last of the double duck dare. But that doesn't mean you can't send in a few more squares if you feel like it. Now, here we go, because people are always going to ask me. I've got a lot of new subscribers. My numbers have been climbing, and that's fantastic, but somebody's going to ask me. So if you've heard this story before, you could fast forward till you see me showing the blankets. So what am I doing? What am I talking about Granny Squares? Our dear friend Nancy from She's Got Yarn Too, her mom belongs to a woman's club in Florida. Their service project for the last couple of years has been to donate handmade crocheted blankets to Camp Boggy Creek in Eustis, Florida. Now, Camp Boggy Creek is a camp for kids with significant illnesses. They service 16 different diagnoses. I don't know all 16. For some reason, these few stick in my head. Cystic fibrosis, sickle cell anemia, epilepsy, kids who need help with their breathing, that are on breathing machines, kids who have GI issues, overlapping diagnosis. They take these kids who otherwise wouldn't get to have the summer camp experience. It's staffed by volunteer doctors and nurses and a wonderful, caring, kind staff that take care of these kids while they're there and just give them the experience of fishing and swimming and talent shows and campfires. And you know what summer camp's about. They give the children an opportunity to go to summer camp. So Nancy, when her mom asked her to make a couple of blankets, and she's like, okay, I'll make you a couple of blankets. And then the next year she asked her again, she's like, I'm going to figure out what's going on. And she says to Lynette at Charm Grabbing Crochet, my mom wants me to make a couple of blankets. Do you think you can help out? And Lynette's like, we got this giant platform here on the YouTube streets. Why don't we talk to Billy, the Crafty Floridian? And the three of them put their heads together and last year created the Boggy Creek Blanket Brigade. So we're putting together blankets. And my little part in all of this is, and now we're getting to the Granny Squares, is that I realize that shipping a whole blanket or two is stupid expensive. So my thought was, if I put it out there, if you want to be a part of the Boggy Creek Blanket Brigade and want to help out in a small way and didn't want to have to spend a lot in shipping, I figured for the cost of a cup of coffee, you could send me a few squares. I will sew them together in a blanket. See, here's the part where I tell you I hate granny squares. I don't hate the style of granny squares. I just hate actually making the granny squares. I find them very fiddly and I don't like it. However, I do not mind sewing them all together. I love the finished project. So I said to all of you out in the YouTube street, let's send me a few granny squares. Well, a few granny squares kind of exploded into a lot of granny squares, and that's okay. It's more blankets for the kids. Laura at Man Baby's Crochet and Farming jumped on top of that and said, hey, if you send me 17 squares, she'll make some more. So Laura's in her own little granny square hell, working on all of her granny squares. I'm in my own little, I feel like Scrooge McDuck. I just want to throw all these granny squares on the bed and just swim in them. I have that many. I probably have thousands. I have not counted, and I have no intention. Anyway, I'm sewing the blankets together, and you know what? I'm enjoying this process. We started this in August. I'm giving you until the end of October, 1st of November, to send me your granny squares. After that, if they come in after that, stragglers, 1 or 2, if I have time, I'll get them in. If not, they'll go for next year, because we're going to do this next year. There's going to be some modifications to this process next year, but we're definitely going to be doing this again next year. So far, I have made 15 or 16 blankets. Let me show you the latest, the last 3 that I did over this week. The process has finally settled itself. I can get through 3 blankets a week. Between now and the end of January, that's going to be a lot of blankets. So the 3 that I have done this week are this one. And it's just kind of, you know, the crazy quilt kind. There's no rhyme or reason. And we've got a smiley face square, and the square with the heart on it is here. One of my subscribers sent in a bunch of the squares that had hearts on them, and I'm like, okay, every blanket from there on out has to have a heart on it. So I've been trying to keep to that. There are a few that I did in the beginning that don't, and I had another subscriber send me a baggie full of little hearts that will eventually get sewn onto those before we take them to Boggy Creek. So this is blanket number 1 for this week. Blanket number 2 is this one. And I love how this turned out with all the colors. And we have a yellow flower, 3D flower there. And the heart is down here in this corner. So this one is just bright and cheery, and somebody will love this. I guess they really like the colorful ones. They said they pick out the most colorful blankets, which, you know, this one isn't very colorful, but I thought it would be okay for one of the older boys, because this camp serves kids from the ages of 7 to 17. So maybe one of the older kids doesn't want necessarily a funky color, but, you know, a little bit of a more grown-up feel to it. And the heart is right here. And this is just some browns and blacks, and creams. So those are the 3 blankets that I were able to put together this week. If you're sending your blankets to Nancy, and Nancy's listed below, you can check out her channel. Make sure your blankets are between 30 and 40 inches wide and 40 to 50 inches long. 40 by 40 square works well. So anybody I've mentioned, their channels are listed below. You can click on them, find out what's going on with their Boggy world. So now let's get started on the squares that have come in this week, and see what else we get to add in to all these cool blankets. So the first package comes from Deborah in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. And Deborah, I love your little flamingo bags. They're adorable. And let's see. She has a note in here. And it just says, Lynanne, thank you for putting together the squares. I'm so grateful to help with this endeavor. These squares are made with Hirschner's neon lights, the color Brilliant Blue, and Vegas Variegated. Deborah. Oh, everybody's loving that. Wow, look at these. Aren't those pretty? That neon blue. So much fun. I'm going to bring you guys a little bit closer. Loving that bright color. She sent 2 little baggies full of these. Aren't those fun? And I love this it's got like a back post, front post design on the squares. That's really cool. And another stack of them here. This yarn is really soft. I love Hirschner's yarn. Ooh, these are nice. Look at those. That is really, these will make a really nice blanket. Thank you so much, Deborah. These will make a really good addition to some blankets. This one comes from, says Double Duck Dare ×4. Okay, Elaine, Lynn, Jan, you guys are keeping track, right? Last week you have to worry about that. This one comes from Berrien Springs, Michigan, from Kathy. I love Berrien Springs. My daughter's gonna be there this weekend. Let's see if we find a note in here. I don't see a note, but she sent a bunch of beautiful squares. Some that are, you know, the circle to the square, flowers, some really nice ones. We got some solid ones, some with puff stitches, some ones that are a little bit smaller, some more with the puff stitches. Those are really pretty. Loving that color. Another one with a 3D flower on it and some blues. These are really nice. Some green and yellow solid ones. I love the solid ones. I think they just are so cool. Some more in the different styles, just a traditional granny. Oh, there's just a bunch down here, you guys. Some white. I love this colorway. I really do. Some gray in the solid. So those, thank you so much. Those are, ooh, look at this one with the puff stitches and the fluffy yarn. That's a really nice one. Okay, next. This just says S Boggy Creek Squares. We have a note. Of course, I can get it out. Look at this card. Isn't that amazing? That's a handmade sparkle yarn heart. I'm assuming she made this card. Lynanne, thank you. Well, this is a long letter. Okay. Thank you so much for creating this heartwarming, uplifting opportunity for so many people to be a part of this extraordinary work, for contributing so much to this incredible organization. It's touching how the huge response by crafters have been. You, Nancy, Lynette, and Billy are so compassionate, kind, and giving. And Lynanne, your idea to request the squares and that you will assemble a blanket extends this to so many of us who have always wanted to help in these. I'm sorry, but I can't read this. It's so tiny, my eyes can't focus. But due to health or financial issues and others, we have not been able to accept in limited ways. This means so much to me, so many others, I'm sure. I'm happy that your early video about Boggy Creek Granny Squares came up on my screen. I have since then watched many of your videos, always enjoy them. You are so talented, thank you. I especially love your message of kindness and encouragement. People take care of themselves. Remind them that when they do so, they can take care of others. She likes the unboxing of the squares. So Sue, thank you so much. Okay, so she said she stuck another little note in here. She forgot to mention that I had made most of the squares and put the hearts on them, and made all the hearts to put on the squares when I saw your last video of the unboxing. there's never enough. If the blankets get more than one, they get more than one. So thank you so much, Sue. I do appreciate it. And if you made this card, it is fabulous. Nice job. It's beautiful. And here are her squares with hearts on them. And I love this idea, you guys. This was a look, isn't that sweet? We'll make, so a blanket will have more than one heart on it. We'll just put a whole bunch of hearts on them. She sent a couple of the extra white hearts, which is always fun. And I just think this, with the variegated, the pink and the purple, this is such a fun idea, and I love the idea of the hearts. And you know what? We're running with it. We're gonna put one or more heart on every blanket that come out of here on out. So thank you so much, Sue. I appreciate your letter and your kind words and your squares. They're fabulous. And now you are part of the Baggy Brigade. Okay, this one comes from Diane in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. And there doesn't seem to be a card in here, and that's fine. She made some really nice blue squares. I love this color blue. And a yellow one. And some dark teal. Oh, look at this one with the yellow and the orange. So pretty. Here's just a solid orange. And some more just regular ones. So thank you so much, Diane. I appreciate you sending your squares. This one comes from Shirley in Colorado Springs. And I don't see a note in here from Shirley either, but she has sent a bunch of really nice different colors, different yarns, nice squares. And I have laundry baskets down here that I'm putting them in. Some really nice ones that are going to be a great, here's a corner to corner. Isn't that pretty? Another corner to corner. Another corner to corner, and some kind of an ombre, and some solid ones. These are really fabulous. Thank you so much, Shirley in Colorado Springs. We appreciate that. Next comes from Darlene in Calgary, Alberta. Thank you, Darlene, for sending these all the way from Canada. Let's see, we've got a little note with pretty flowers. And it says, Dear Lynanne, I bought this one Bernat Pop Color Snow Queen from a thrift store. Was able to make 14 5x5 squares. I hope it's not too late. It's not too late. Thank you for your willingness to put these together. Take care. I wish you the best for finishing all your blankets. Darlene at Calendar May Crochet. So thank you, Darlene. You're not too late. And, you know, the Bernat Pop is such a great yarn. Look at that bright pink and the purple and some white. These are really pretty, nicely done. Some white and some aqua. Great. Thank you so much. What a great way to put together some thrift store yarn. It's awesome. Next, we have the Crafting Kitty in Grimes, Iowa. And let's see, we got a note down here. And it says, Quack, quack, Granny Squares, courtesy of Double Duck Dare from Laura. Erin, the Crafting Kitty. And Erin, I love these colors. These are beautiful. I love the blue and the aqua and the green together. I just think that's such a pretty color combination. And we've got some really soft mauve and some like wine and some more of the blue and the green. So thank you, Crafting Kitty. Erin, thank you so much for sending in your Double Duck Dare. This one, I love this bag. Don't you guys just love this bag? This one came from Stephanie, and I can't read where it came from. Grand something. Maybe Grand Prairie, Texas? Maybe. I don't know. It's written in black on that and I can't read it. But I can see the word Stephanie and the word grand. I'm thinking it's Grand Prairie, Texas, but I can't swear to it. Yep, we've got a note in here. It's hi, Lynanne. There are 17 scrappy squares in response to Mimi's Double Duck Dare. Quack, quack. She did the standard granny, standard corner to corner, and the Cinnamon Stitches Boggy Creek blanket stitch pattern. She used Premier Sweet Roll. I love this yarn. Karen United Red Heart Super Saver. Thanks for putting these together. From Stephanie and Lefty Crochets and Mirror Knits. Very cool. And we have some really nice corner to corner and some traditional and another couple of corner to corner. And another corner to corner. And I think this is the Cinnamon Stitches. Got some more corner to corner and some traditional. And these are, I love this coral color. So thank you so much for sending those in. The next one comes from Deborah in Pride, Louisiana. Make sure I'm not throwing anything away out of these bags. And she sent a card. Oh, this is a beautiful card. And it says, thank you so much for giving your time and talents for such a worthy cause. I've accepted Laura's Double Duck Dare, quack, quack. Sorry, Laura, not. With a little smiley face from Deborah. And here are her 17 squares in a bunch of different colors. Some solid ones. This one's got some sparkle in it. Can you see the sparkle in the gray? Isn't that pretty? I love the gray and pink color combination. We've got some more in the bright green and the like camo colors. And some yellow and ooh, look at the flower. Isn't that pretty? Just some solid red. And some pink and some white and some really nice neutral colors. Thank you so much. And on to the next one. Oh my goodness. Okay, this bag comes from the Crotchety Clogger. Okay, mouth is not working and engaged this morning. This is from the Crotchety Clogger in Thomasville, North Carolina. I got it out. And Marianne says, thank you, Lynanne. Triple D, Double Duck Dare, quack, quack, waddle, waddle from Marianne. And in here are her contributions to the Double Duck Dare. And these are pretty. I'm going to leave these all in the same bag. Aren't those pretty? I love this colorway. And they're all the same in this bag. Isn't that nice? I'm going to keep those all together so it's easier to store until I can get to those. So thank you, Marianne. I appreciate it. And so does Laura. This one comes from Emma in Flushing, New York. And look at, she put little ducks all over her bag. Isn't that cute? And here's her note. with ducks all over her page. And it says, I have accepted the double duck dare from Laura at Mimi's Crochet and Farming, quack, quack, and quack. Emma from New York. And in here we have 2 bags full of really nice squares. Ooh, look at the bright pink in there. The lime green and the pink and some sage green. Oh, these are really nice. So we'll stick those over there. And we got some greens and some purples and yellows. Some of these, I think this one is definitely a bobbin. These are some really nice ones. I love this color. So, okay, those are from Emma. I'm sorry, Emma in New York. Thank you so much. That was the last of the bags. Now we're going to start opening some boxes. And I know I'm going to drop some. So hang on. Bear with me here, people. This one comes from Virginia and Easton, PA. And in here, it's a note. And the note says, thanks again for the opportunity to be a part of this. Here's a few more squares. Godspeed to you and your minions and all your nimble fingers from Virginia. So, and in here we have some really pretty squares that will go great in some really colorful blankets. Look at the flowers. Isn't that pretty? These flower ones are so, they're time consuming and fiddly, and I love them, but I'm not going to make them. No, oh, I love this one. This looks like a piece of watermelon, doesn't it? And a few more in here. That's bright and pretty. It's a pink. Some different flower ones. So thank you so much, Virginia. I appreciate you sending those on. This one comes from Jen in Wind Gap, Pennsylvania. And we have a note. It's a really fun polka dot card. And it says, thank you for collecting the squares and sewing them together. Big happy hugs for the Barbecue Creek campers, from Jen. And she sent a few beautiful squares that are just darling and colorful and so pretty. Thank you so much. These are fabulous. And this is a nice yarn too. I love getting to feel all the different kinds of yarn. My neighbor's turkeys are out. If you hear a turkey, I have a turkey in my front yard. Okay, this is the Quack Quack Double Duck Dare. Oh, I'm sorry. This one comes from, it just says the shipping room in Wabash, Indiana. Oh, here's the name. Elaine in Wabash, Indiana. I'm a new crocheter this year. Some may not be suitable for using. Trying to teach myself from YouTube. Please, what you do. Hands are so shaky they don't have a good gauge. I'm learning to sew them together. Thank you, Elaine. Elaine, I'm sure they're fine for, you know, a beginner. This is the perfect project to start on. Oh, these are fine. Elaine, these are great. These are fine. You did a great job. I love your colors. She's got a whole big box in here. And for storage purposes, I'm going to leave them in there. But really, you did a great job. You're good. You're all right. Good job, Elaine. Keep working at it. I am sure you'll find hours of enjoyment on them. This one comes from Nancy in Montague, Michigan. I think I've been there. There's no note. She sent some really nice squares and a bunch of different colors. The bright yellow, that's Michigan right there, right? Those blue and maize. And some more in the gray. Oops. So these are some really, really nice squares. And right back in that box to store. This one comes from Patrice in Indianapolis. And I've been there lots of times. Oh, okay, these are like seriously packed in here. They ain't going back in that box, I'll tell you that. And we have a really cool card that says hello. And it says, thank you for all the work for Boggy Creek Project Enclosed, or 17 squares. Don't forget, I double dare, quack, quack. Blessings from Patrice. And she has some really nice squares in different colors, different styles. I like this one a lot. And some, I love that circle to square look, and some dark blue and red and black, and some really nice ones. Thank you so much for taking the time to send them to me all the way from Indy. This one comes from Lisa in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and she put Boggy Camp on there and the little Snoopy stickers. So let's see what we got in here. There's a note. Yeah, there's a note right here. Okay. Oh, my hands are not cooperating today, you guys. I'm sorry. It's taking me so long to open these cards. Ooh, beautiful picture on the front of this card. And it says, hello, Lynanne. So happy to be able to participate in this worthy cause. Happy making, Lisa. Lisa, I'm so glad you were... These have smiley faces on them. Look how stinking cute those are. And we've got some solid one, you know, traditional granny squares. That's the word I'm looking for. And she's got a whole box down in here. Another smiley face one, and some pastel colors and rainbow colors. This whole box is stuffed full of squares. I'm going to leave these in here because, like I said, it's easier to store them like this until I get ready to use them and sort them. Thank you so much. And these smiley face ones, they brought a smile to my face. They are darling. Thank you so much. This is from Donna in Weems, Virginia. And she says, Boggy Creek Quack Quack ×2. And it says, thanks for everything you're all doing for Boggy Creek Camp. I'm looking forward to participating again next year. God bless you all for the kindness and opening the project to the other crocheters. Smiles and hugs from Donna in Weems, Virginia. You know, this community has just rallied around this project. Did you guys see Nancy's unboxing on Wednesday? I showed the blankets that I have so far, and she opened some more blankets. They're either they already have or are super close to exceeding what we collected all of last year. So, you know, this community has really, really rallied behind this whole project, and it's fantastic. So In here we have a bunch. I'm just gonna leave it in this because it's just easier this way, but take a look. Look how pretty. We got some more on this side. These are fantastic squares. Well done. Thank you so much. And, you know, I'm glad that you're able to participate with us. You know, the more the merrier, right? Okay, this one comes from LaShawn in Pensacola, Florida. And her note is in here. And it says, "Hi, Lynanne, saw your big idea. Thank you. Sorry for the loose ends and a few off sizes. Quack, quack from Pensacola. We'll take care of the ends." And these are, look at that one. Some regular ones. And let's see. And she also sent in some of her scrap yarn, which will come in handy. There's some brown down in there, some brown tweeds down in there. So thank you for the extra yarn. I appreciate that. And these squares will do well. Thank you so much for sending them in. Get that over there and take care of that after a while. Okay, this one comes from Marie in Warrenton, Virginia. And the card says, "You're ducking awesome." That's awesome. I know it. You know it. Tiny Duck has your back whenever you need pick me. That is adorable. I love that little saying. And here's a card. Oh, this is a beautiful card. And it says, "Dear Lynanne," let's see, "you don't have to read this." Okay, I'll save this. I'll read it later. But Marie, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And I love this card. You're all ducking awesome. And in here are, I think this was supposed to be attached. Look at this little duck. Isn't that cute? It's a little, you know, enamel pin with a duck on it that says, "You're ducking awesome." That is fabulous. Okay, he needs a home. I don't know where it's going to be, but he needs a home. For now, stay there. And in here we have these bags. There's 1, 2, 3, 5 bags full of squares. Oh, I really like that one. Those are pretty. I am going to leave these in here because, you know, storage issues here. But I'm loving these. Look at these colorways. They're so beautiful. Look at that. Thank you so much. And I will read your note. And I do appreciate you taking the time, Marie, to send these off to us. I appreciate it. And this one down. Oh, this is going to kill me. This one comes from, it's got the Double Duck Dare Quack Quack on the box. Brittany in Reno, Nevada. And we have a big long note that says, "Hello, I'm impressed by you and your husband's generosity. Man, Mimi kept challenging me with her Double Duck Dare, quack, quack. Sam at Memphis makes with the 51 squares. So 51 plus squares using scraps for a variety of colors. Red Heart, Dollar Tree, Big Twist, Hobby Lobby, Lion Brand Glow in the Dark. Again, thanks for stepping up for this to create... for this great cause, challenge. Blessings to you and yours." And then she sent me a private note, and I will get to that. But thank you so much. And in here, the duck whistles. Those are fun. She's got a pink one and a green one. And then some Mainstay, I think is Mainstay. But then in here we have a bunch of really pretty different squares, which I'm going to just stuff right back down in there. These are, some of them are sparkly and beautiful, and oh, look at this one with all the sparkles on it. I don't know if you guys can pick up the sparkle, but this is blue sparkle. It's so fun. And this has got red sparkle in the center. These are fabulous. Thank you so, so much. I really do. Oh, my mouth. Brittany, thank you so much. I'll read your private note and I'll get back with you. But thank you for this big box of yarny goodness and all the beautiful squares. And this last one, this comes from my very dear and one of my oldest friends on the planet, my dear friend Cheryl. Cheryl and I have been friends since junior high, 6th grade, maybe, in marching band, when we started in band. And yes, I was a band geek. And her and I have been, even though we don't see each other or talk to each other, we are sisters of the heart, always have been and always will be. I loved her parents as much as I loved my own parents. Nancy and Bill were the kindest, most loving people on the planet, and I do miss them every single day. I often think about her dad and how kind he was to me. But anyway, and she hurt herself. She had a bad hand injury, had to have surgery, the whole 9 yards. So crocheting, she's just now getting back into being able to hold a hook and getting to crocheting. And she managed to make some squares for us. So Cheryl, I got your squares. And the rest of the stuff in the box, I'm going to show as a happy mail later on this week or next week. But I did want to show your squares because, you know, I just wanted you to know that I got a hold of you. I've got everything. I love your squares. And the rest of the stuff I'll open next week. But look at this, you guys. She did it. Even after having hand surgery, because she almost tore her fingers off at work. So thank you, Cheryl, and I will talk to you later. And you guys, that is all of the squares that I have to open for today. You know, keep them coming for the next couple of weeks. You know, I'll take them if they come in, stragglers and whatnot. But, you know, I'm going to keep to my goal of at least 3 blankets a week. If I can fit in one more, I will definitely do that. But I have to keep a balance because I don't want to get burned out because we've got a long way to go. We're only in October. I have until the end of January to get all these blankets done, and I am cooking right along. I do have some elves that are going to help me put these blankets together. Friends here in Florida that are going to be jumping in to help. So for now we're covered. If, you know, and if I don't get to them all this year, I'll keep working on them throughout the year, and they'll go for next year's drive because there will be a Boggy Creek Clamp Drive 3. There will be some changes to the squares, but we're going to do it again next year. So with that, you guys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you again to everybody who sent their squares in this week. Thank you to everybody for your kind words and your encouragement. I really do appreciate it. Remember, take care of yourself, because if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of the ones you love. But above all, be kind to everyone and pray for peace.